Picture this, you're a brand new researcher at the SCP Foundation and you've just been stationed at Site 19. You've heard tell of some of the more terrifying anomalous entities under containment, but for the most part they're shut away safe and sound under the Foundation's lock and key. There is one entity that you've heard murmurs of though, SCP-173, a giant grotesque concrete statue that has a habit of snapping people's necks if they're incompetent enough to break line of sight with it. And just as you turn the corner into an empty corridor on your first day at work, you see it staring at you from the other end of the walkway. Oh, yeah, exactly. Quite the predicament. Hello internet, what's going on? And once again, welcome back to the most inquisitive channel on YouTube, Life's Biggest Questions. As per usual, I'll be your disembodied floating voice Jack Finch, as today we curiously ask the question, what if SCP-173 escaped? Roll the clip.
Don't blink. Don't even blink. Blink and you're dead. They are fast, faster than you could believe. Don't turn your back. Don't look away and don't blink.
Yeah, you heard the doctor, because in this impending ocular showdown, your only chance of survival is to sticky tape your eyes open and hope for the best. Also, for the curious amongst you, that clip was from David Tennant's resounding iteration of Doctor Who as he waged a resistance against the cosmically horrifying Weeping Angels. Mechanically speaking, the Weeping Angels are incredibly similar to the anomalous SCP-173, but it was, in fact, the SCP sculpture that first appeared a few months prior before the 2007 Doctor Who episode, aptly titled Blink. Coincidence? Perhaps, but that's by the by. For those of you that haven't seen our SCP-173 LBQ base video, now is perhaps high time to check it out so you can better understand the anomalous implications of this hypothetical event. For those of you that haven't though, let's paint a brief picture of just what exactly you're hypothetically staring down. And yeah. It's not good. As the record states, SCP-173 is an anomalous entity of unknown origin that has been under Foundation containment since at least the early 90s. It is a statue-like creature constructed from concrete and rebar, haphazardly adorned with Krylon brand spray paint. Despite its otherwise gargoyle-esque appearance, SCP-173 is animate and extremely hostile. Yet, the kicker is the object cannot move while in direct line of sight. It is the only golden rule that line of sight must not be broken at any time with 173, and personnel assigned to enter its containment area are instructed to alert one another before blinking. Yeah, you can see exactly why you're under such imminent doom, right? And also you might be thinking, if it's so dangerous, why even bother cleaning it? Don't let him out. But there's something a little more to it that we'll get to later. Just remember for now, no blinking. When that fails though, and sorry, but it inevitably always does, the object's method of attack is reported to be snapping the neck at the base of the skull, or in rare and more horrifying instances, straight up strangulation. Now, I'm not exactly sure how one could be asphyxiated by a statue, but I for one aren't planning to find that out anytime soon. In this instance though, you are in fact the unfortunate soul staring down SCP-173 in all its concrete gory glory. So, let's see. What are your options? As you may imagine, they're few and far between. It isn't exactly known how the Foundation contains the object after a given breach, but we do know that there is a containment procedure enacted by one of the O5 Council's more capable mobile task forces, presumably by shutting 173 away in a sealed container and wheeling it safely back to its vault. Your only option though is to try your damnedest not to blink and wait for the MTF to show up and save the day. Just don't blink, because if you do, poof, snap neck, good night Vienna, and now it's someone else's problem. The average human unconsciously blinks around 15 or 16 times a minute, yet when actively trying not to blink, the average length is anywhere between 30 seconds to several minutes. Now, you may know someone who's really good at staring contests, but for the most part, the average human has difficulty in keeping their eyes open for a long period of time. There are some recorded staring contests that have been held for as long as 30 to 40 minutes, but all of them pale in comparison to this kid, Julio Jaime, an American who managed to go without blinking for an insane 1 hour, 5 minutes and 26 seconds. In this instance, Julio would be pretty much safe and sound as he waited for the MTF to show up and save the day. Good job, buddy. But unfortunately for you, it's incredibly unlikely that you have that kind of ocular fortitude, even when you're pumped full of adrenaline and every fiber of your being is telling you to turn tail and run away from this lightning quick streak of murderous concrete. In actual fact, your only hope of survival is the slight chance that some other unfortunate soul would accidentally stumble upon the same corridor. In that unlikely event that happened, you could coordinate your blinking long enough for the MTF to rock up and save the day. And everyone's a winner. Success. You survived. As they say, many hands make light work and many eyes make Yeah, I forgot how that one goes. The much more likely scenario, though, is that you actually blinked in terror as soon as you laid eyes on SCP-173. After all, it's your first day and you're still getting to grips with the whole anomalous babysitter deal. Yeah, the SCP Foundation has a pretty high employee turnover. Go figure. In actual fact, though, SCP-173 poses an incredibly high risk of leading to what is commonly known as an XK-class extinction event, often referred to as a very, very bad thing. Remember when we asked why you'd even bother to clean 173's containment area if it was so damn dangerous to look at? Well, that's because it secretes a bizarre, anomalous substance made up of blood and feces that, when left unchecked, leads to the sculpture replicating itself over and over again, gaining more intelligence as it exponentially grows like a horrifying honeycomb hive mind. In fact, once there are more than one of these guys, the odds of survival quickly become slimmer and slimmer, as all ocular angles and lines of sight are rapidly diminished to a point of no return. It's simple mathematics, really. As the record states in SCP-173's revised entry, the Foundation's only option after facing a mass containment breach of Site-19 and then subsequently the whole of North and South America was to level the entire continent under a remote nuclear bombardment and then keep an eye locked on the ocean for the horrifying off chance that these sculptures can somehow swim. Although the canon of this entry isn't always accepted by some, the latest recorded sighting of SCP-173 was in Wales, of all places. So yeah, turns out these guys can swim. Uh-oh. So if that hypothetical event of this hypothetical scenario isn't already horrifying enough, I cannot stress the importance of this matter enough. If you're walking around Site-19 as a brand new researcher of the SCP Foundation on your first day in office, and you just so happen to stumble into SCP-173 at the end of an abandoned corridor, do not blink. Not even once. Because the fate of the world may depend on it. Well, there we have it, our field guide in an attempt to answer the question, what if SCP-173 escaped? What do you guys think? Why don't you let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below, as well as any choice tips and tricks to surviving a 173 XK class event. Before we depart from today's video, let's take a quick look at some of your more resounding remarks from our most recent SCP based video. First up, the judgy says, LBQ, you are too close. End research on the Foundation or we will react accordingly. JK, it was a nice video though. Whew. Jeez, you worried me there a little bit, buddy. It's been a while since I've been pulled up by the powers that be. Whew. You're just kidding, right? Next up, the J-Man445 says, Jack, are you yourself an SCP? I mean, a disembodied floating voice is definitely SCP worthy. Of course, you are part of the O5 Council, so I don't know. Hey, wait a minute. How did you know? That's meant to be confidential information. Let's just say I'm a bit of an anomalous entity. Yeah. It's hard to explain. Anyway, on that inconspicuous note, that's unfortunately all we've got time for in today's video. Just stick around all the way until the end. If you're a fan of this video or just LBQ in particular, then please be a dear and hit that thumbs up button as well as that subscribe button. We'll be seeing you in the next one. As per usual, I've been your disembodied floating voice, Jack Finch. You've been watching Life's Biggest Questions, and until next time, you take it easy.